with my clap. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, hello there, and welcome to the book Coven. Music time. I'm Lillian,
And I'm Chelsea.
and this week's pick, episode 7, I believe.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Is my pick, and it was Little Heaven by Nick Cutter. A spook book. So, it's a heartfelt tale.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Of 3 mercenaries hired by Ellen Belhaven to check in on her nephew, who may or may not have been kidnapped, and taken to a remote religious settlement in New Mexico called Little Heaven. Shortly after they arrive, things begin to turn ominous. There are stirrings in the woods and over the treetops. Paranoia and distrust soon grip the settlement. Escape routes are gradually cut off as events spiral towards madness.
No.
Hell, or the closest thing to it, invades Little Heaven. All present are forced to fight back, but whatever has set its dark eye on them has been marshalling its powers, and it wants them all. Spooky.
So true.
Now I'm out of breath. Oh, just from talking, we ate a lot of food.
Yes, but it was delicious.
Oh, and speaking of food, smooth transition.
Oh yes.
For this fucked up book, I picked Black Cellar Whiskey Oak Aged Wine. Mm-hmm. It's a Shiraz Cabernet.
A Shiraz Cabernet.
As wine folks say.
Shiraz Cabernet.
Yeah,
Let's give her a taste.
give her a taste.
Clink. Oh, that's nice. Nice and light.
Pretty smooth. I was worried it would be too thick.
Too oaky.
Has an oaky scent to it. I was concerned.
That's tasty though.
There's a lot of notes, a lot of
stuff
going
There's
in.
things going on.
It's red and powerful.
It's red. That's all you need to know. It's red. It tastes good.
Do I taste
not where you've been.
whiskey? Are you supposed to taste whiskey?
I
Or just the
definitely don't,
oakiness?
but we've been drinking whiskey already. So, I mean, when you're drinking the straight stuff, it's hard to taste.
Yeah.
the
You know
notes.
what? They drink a lot of whiskey in this book, and so there's whiskey in this wine, and we've had whiskey. Lots of whiskey.
There you go. And Black Cellar, I mean, they kept calling the Black Rock hell, right?
Yep.
Hell is a
It
box.
fits. And then there was that creepy scene in the cellar where the kids tried to get out.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and our treats.
Yes. I made little coconut bunt cakes,
Cake
which may or may not be edible. We will see shortly.
Only one way to know.
And then I made Rice Krispie snakes.
Adorable.
Skittles as the scales, which took 2 days. So.
It's okay. I made little cookie cups, chocolate chip cookie cups filled with a vegan chocolat mousse and eyeballs on the top because they kept talking about Micah's eye hole and flapping. A fly got into it and he heard the buzzing in his head. So I had to make eye holes. eye holes.
That brings up a good question. I guess you gotta rub that out if you're missing an eye every day.
What do you clean it? He said he got lint, like belly button lint, right?
Oh, the smell.
It's just my eye hole lint.
Please stop touching it.
Stop talking about his eye hole.
It goes on a lot about his eye hole.
Yeah.
I picked the snake because there's a scene that deeply disturbed me in that book.
Yes, a beautiful scene.
Where a child gets eaten by a snake. And it's going to haunt you guys too because I brought a quote.
Ooh, yes, the quotes.
I'm going to make you read that, Chelsea.
Okay. The first
Put
one,
on
that's
your
the snake
game.
quote.
Yeah.
Snake quote. Did I say that right?
No.
I didn't think so. I said snake coat. I don't have one of those.
That's against the law. It's not.
It's against my law, damn it. Oh no. was all Minerva could say, watching the snake coil lovingly around her baby brother. His little feet stuck out one end of the snake's coils, one boot off, his baby toe poking out of his sock. His head on the other end, his spectacles askew, with the right lens shattered, the pressure purpling his face. Blood squeezed through the pores of his cheeks and ran from the edges of his eyes. There came a series of shuddery snaps as his ribs broke. The snake unwound itself. Corey's body tumbled limply from its embrace. The snake's jaw unhinged, and it began to consume the boy, starting at his skull. He might still have been breathing. Minerva screamed until she went temporarily blind with the effort. Time passed. The snake slithered back into the feather grass. Its belly was swollen with the outline of Court's body, stretched so that its scales separated to show the silky silver skin beneath, so sheer you could almost make out the boy's features. God dang.
Gross. And that is just an appetizer for the fucked up scenes this guy writes.
Oh my god. Everything was thoroughly detailed.
Oh my god,
and
yes.
outlined in the book. But, you know, I'm not quite sure if I liked it.
The book?
Yeah.
I overall liked it. It took me a while to like it.
Yeah.
When it starts, it's a lot in one book. Mm-hmm. It's a Western, it's body horror, it's supernatural, it's revenge.
Yep.
And they were all cool in their chapters, but together I was like, what the fuck's going on?
It was a mishmash, that's for sure. And it was all askew. It wasn't laid out very well, I don't think.
When they get...
There's too much involved.
Yeah. I think when shit hits the fan at Little Heaven, and it's focused on what's in the Black Rock, then it gets pulled together really well. But yeah, it's definitely bit of a slog when it starts. Mm-hmm. I wanted to quit it, but I stuck it out.
Stick it out. Yeah, Little Heaven was cool. And I just... That was my only beef with it, was that it didn't have a very strong start. I did like the middle and the ending, but...
Yeah.
And I could have done without the whole 1980s thing. If it was just the main story in the 60s, it would have been perfect. Yeah,
because it has a great finish, and then if they took the ending from 1980 and just put it where it ended in the 60s, it would have been beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. Where they escape the thing.
And it's not the pacing is weird because for
it's very weird.
Like over 100 pages, you're in the 60s, and then for a chapter, you're in the 80s again. Yeah. But it's been so long
that you forgot.
Wait a second.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, right. The daughter was abducted. Okay, I guess.
I really like the characters. The characters and the gore are my favorite parts of this book.
Yes. The gore was really... okay, so I loved Micah. Yes. And I guess we're supposed to because he's the main character. But he seemed so badass, but he was really focused in his badassery. Mm-hmm. Like he was always just dutiful. Like I need to do this. This is my job right now. This is what I'm being hired for. But I liked his seriousness, and he just seemed very sturdy, like a sturdy, solid character.
Stoic. He was like the grumpy dad holding that group together. And out of them, I guess he's the most redeemable and likable character.
I loved Ebenezer.
Ebenezer's my favorite. He's just a sassy black man.
He's sassy. He was so fun, and he knew that Minerva wanted to kill him the whole time, but he didn't care. He just he would laugh it off.
Their banter was beautiful.
It was amazing. She'd say something totally shitty to him, and he'd just be
like, "Fuck off, I'm gonna shoot you, slit your throat in your sleep." Oh, hon.
Oh, you.
Yeah, they were beautiful.
They were delightful.
What was I going to say? Oh my god, I had a thought.
And there it goes.
Gone. Off. All right. It's gone. Maybe it'll come back.
Bye-bye.
The gore was outstanding.
So, the way he wrote everything.
Very uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable. Okay, there were certain parts that I loved how uncomfortable they were, like the eye hole descriptions and the monster descriptions. But the things I didn't like were the erection descriptions.
Ooh,
and going super in depth about all these weirdos who just liked to touch themselves to monstrous things happening.
It's
like-
see, that's the thing with this guy though. Like the other book I read with him, he loves to just go slightly over what is right.
He just went a little. There was the line, and then he just
He loves to cross
tiptoed past it. Just
I mean, it's not
tiptoed.
horribly offensive.
No,
it's
no.
just
It was a little
there
offensive.
are every now and again you read something, you're like, ooh.
Yeah, like I didn't need to know that Amos
That
had an
shouldn't-
erection
yeah.
during everyone's
Oh, I
murder.
think the worst. I want when he had the first introduction you have of him.
Mm-hmm.
He says he has an erection, and he's like, I don't know if it was a child's hands doing it
Oh
or
my
an adult,
God.
and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh,
boy.
okay.
Why are you
it
bringing
there.
children into
Bring
this?
it there.
Don't do that. That's just creepy.
You know what? A lot of these like cult things, the super like grossly religious people, they have really weird sex fetishes.
Of course they do.
So it makes
because
sense.
they're taught to feel shame for it,
Yeah.
right? And then they unleash that feeling of shame onto other, like onto as rage onto other people,
Yeah.
and then just kill their entire flock for not listening to them.
Wow.
I'm gonna murder you all because fuck you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
God told him to.
Oh right,
He did
His
a
version of
real
God.
180 when it's not God, and he knows it's not God
He
at
knows.
one point, but he's just like, fuck it.
I've done everything for you, Father. Uh-huh.
I
Why is he
also-
your father all of a sudden?
I put a
Little orphan
quote.
boy.
Beautiful. I put a quote of one of the grossest scenes, I think.
Ooh, there were some good ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. You read
how
this
did you
one
pick?
too. Okay,
There's so many.
It was my favorite ones. There's a snake one when someone gets cut in half and dragged through the woods, and he
Yes!
doesn't realize that he was cut in half.
But
for a
even
while.
once he did, he still kept
Yeah,
dragging
it's like, come on, buddy, you'll pull through.
No, he won't.
Like, bro, I'm not a doctor, but his organs are falling out. But this one by
gross.
far took the cake, and I condensed it a little because it goes on for an uncomfortable amount of time.
As is his style,
Oh
apparently.
God. Okay, you read it too. You have better.
Okay. This at the bottom
Yeah.
here? Okay. Oh, fuck this one. Okay, yeah, guys, this is beautiful.
Buckle up.
So, a man was tacked to the wall, his bare feet kicked weakly 6 inches above the ground. He had been opened up, his chest split down the middle, starting at the level of his clavicles. The skin was peeled back in quivering wings that had been pinned to the log walls with pelt tacks. The man's arms and legs had been slit down their middles, the skin peeled back to reveal the shining bone of femur and kneecap and humerus. The flesh slit back from his nose in petals, the strips tacked to the wood. The musculature of his face twitched, his eyes massive without anything to cover them. The man's neck had been slit, but he was still breathing. The man's lungs heaved, forcing breaths out. Minerva watched the erratic beat of his heart through the naked bones of his ribs, his innards still pushing stubborn sheds of food along. Yeah.
And that
Didn't
goes
they
on-
cut his head off?
Yes, they
after-
cut his head off to put him out of his misery.
But it took her more than one
Yeah.
swing. Oh,
And then the
God.
head, he was still alive
and was screaming.
laughing.
Oh, laughing,
maniacally.
yes. Oh, my God.
And then they put him in the oven.
That'll stop it.
But then he was just screaming
Yeah.
and laughing in the oven until his head exploded. And then I think they said it went on like all night,
Yeah.
and in the morning it finally stopped.
All normal things.
Oh my
All
God.
normal events to take place. I wonder how he got the inspiration for this book, because there's so much detail in the gore. So the book didn't need to be quite as long. I
Yeah.
mean, he did repeat some things, which I didn't enjoy it so much. I liked the detail of all the gore,
Yeah.
because that was just, it felt like I was reading a monster movie. Like I could picture this all as a film, and I think that it would be really cool as a movie.
Yes.
I don't know.
He talks to a lot of them. Nothing is stuck yet, but hopefully. I honestly don't even want to know where he gets his inspiration because are you okay, guy?
Yeah, do you need a hug?
I guess it's really because he's not. We'll get more into this later, but Nick Cutter is a pseudonym for Craig Davidson. And under Craig, like his actual name, the books he's published they're fairly normal.
Oh, okay.
So, and then this is all strictly
This is how he
horror.
lets it out.
Yeah.
He lets it out all in one shot. Just like, I need to
dark.
get these
Yeah.
crazy boners out of the way.
Oh my god. That's a common theme in I've read 2 of them. That weird sex stuff.
So
bugs
weird.
also.
Oh.
It's got a lot of bugs.
Okay. Because bugs are eerie. Everyone finds them eerie. So it's a really good way to get people on edge, I think, right? If you're writing something spooky, making it have to do with bugs is definitely a good key.
Yeah. I like that the thing at the end, it's not for a while I was trying to figure out if it was some kind of demon, something legit that had a name.
Because they did talk about a demon, right?
Yeah. I tried to find it, but it's not like one set. Like this is
He just made it up, right?
Yeah. Okay. And it's kind of more like a parasite.
Oh, it does seem
infects.
like a parasite because the little thing was living inside of a human host, right?
Yeah.
Feeding off of it while sending its minions out, I guess.
And he goes
Interesting.
into a lot, kind of borrows in mythology and stuff with that. And I guess the long, they call him the long walker, the big thing. He's kind of like a really dark Pied Piper.
Yes.
Really fucked up.
Using a bone flute.
Yeah.
Made out of like a child's femur or something.
Oh,
Very
was fun.
cool.
He would be fun at a party.
Well,
Great at a party.
Didn't he when we were back into the 1980s when he was abducting Petty, he went to like the tent
Yeah.
and he played his flute and made the little girl say that the
he was
guy touched
touching
her.
her. Yeah.
Now
What
I
a
wonder if
dick.
it was true or not
Probably true.
because they could read their minds, obviously, right? They kept saying things in voices of people they knew and saying things from the past. That's how they got them.
Cool. Touching kids. Always, we've had a few books now with touching kids.
There's always surprise something in these
Oh,
books.
kids are,
Just leave them alone. They're so young and innocent.
well, that's the thing. Like, they're just.
It makes it so creepy.
Darker, yeah.
It's definitely
Ruining.
darker. It definitely adds to the flavorful hatred you have for all these characters.
I wrote a note here that just said kids equal creeps.
Oh, yeah. So every time the kids came back to the camp after being abducted, they were fucked.
Because the thing
and
had
full
gotten
of
in their
bugs.
head. Yep.
Yeah. Well, it started feeding on them, right? And then just parts of their bodies were
Yeah, and they
festering so
they still
fast.
wanted to bring them back and fix them, but like a hole burst out of a kid's chest and bugs came out of
That
it.
kid was only half a kid
yeah.
at that point, right? He
I
was
think
like bugs
they're
and
beyond
moss.
help, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
He's too far gone.
2 or 3 of them died.
Yeah.
In the end.
I
They did
think
save a
Micah
couple
had to
kids.
kill them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dark.
Yeah.
Dark.
Yeah, that was dark. It was beautiful though. I mean, it makes sense. You're not gonna fix that. You can't. Like it's beyond repair at that point.
Gotta try, I guess. When kids are involved. Personally, I would have been like Ebenezer and I would have just fucked off.
Nope. Oh, so when he was like deciding whether or not to help, I'm like, what are you doing? You have to help.
I love it though because he knows what a piece of shit he is.
He knows,
and he
yeah.
doesn't care.
He's like, but I mean, this is what I do, right?
Yeah.
I just do my job and I leave. And he's like, so technically I've done my job.
Did it.
And he's like sitting there debating with himself. I mean, I've done my job, but there are also children there.
Yeah.
So
Oh my god, they're devil children.
Oh, that was so nice of him.
I know,
to
what
go
a
back.
stand up. That was
Yeah.
his only like redemption.
I know. He
Micah
did so
had a
much
great
shit.
arc. Minerva kind of.
Yeah,
She didn't really let go.
She didn't. I mean, she never.
Oh my.
She never ended up killing him, right?
Yeah, that's good. Good on her.
She shot him in the leg instead. I'm just gonna fucking cripple you.
Oh fuck. I wonder if they went. I hope they didn't go back.
For Micah?
Yeah,
At the end?
Yeah. I hope they just stayed together and that's it. A little weird. If they do you think they would continue to be a team?
Probably not. I don't know. Because they had left each other for 15 years, right?
Yeah.
And they hadn't talked.
Guys.
And I doubt they went back for Micah. Because at the end, it's hard to tell how much time had passed with his narrative, right? Because he was even saying, like, you could be down here forever. You wouldn't know how much time has passed because it's just blackness. And he was just trying to continue remembering his family, and it was slowly disappearing from him, right? So even the end of the book could have been 15 years later, and he finally was forgetting his family and stuff.
He really hung out, man.
Yeah.
He's a strong lad.
Yeah.
Amos Flesher was the best. I mean, he's a terrible
He's
person.
the worst.
But he's a wonderful
He was
villain.
well written.
Yes.
That's for sure.
If you read the back of the book, he based him off Jim Jones.
Oh, yeah. You
Good
can.
old Jimmy Boy.
Well, because he was talking to the people at all times of the day, right?
Yeah.
Right? And that's what Jim Jones did. Didn't he have like a speaker of himself and just
Yes.
sit in his office like
yeah.
fucking over speaker talking all
for
day?
you normal people that
Asshole.
don't obsess about murders.
Who are you?
Jim Jones was a very famous killer in 1978.
Cult leader.
Cult leader, yeah. He ran the People's Temple cult and was responsible for one of the largest mass suicides in America.
Yep, Jonestown.
Jonestown. 900 people died. And the scene in the book where Amos is poisoning them with Kool-Aid,
Yeah.
obviously very based on that. He even pulled some of the quotes that Jim Jones used in his speech.
Oh, he
He
actually
was
pulled them.
trying to get them to kill themselves. Yeah.
Nice. Beautiful.
So fucked up.
Yeah.
But the whole while I was like, this guy sounds real familiar.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I know this guy.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
where
yeah.
the term drinking the Kool-Aid
Yes,
comes
yeah.
from.
As soon as they wheeled it out, I was like, uh-oh.
Oh, don't drink
Don't
that.
you fucking do it.
You're in a cult. Call your dad.
What a dick.
I can't believe no one.
He's such a wiener, but he made it to the end
I can't.
because he just throws his
Yeah.
manipulation. He just gets other people to do all his shit.
Everything for him, and they're all just like, "Okay, leader,
Yeah.
prophet, fuck,
He was a bad egg from the get-go, raised orphan and a nun, and he used to, like, more masturbation coming up, but he used to, when they had disabled kids, and whenever they were masturbating, he'd poke them with a pin in the leg.
and he liked it,
Yeah.
and it made him touch himself. Like,
so that's
so
Mr.
weird.
God is speaking to me.
Yeah, that's the guy who everyone is following. They don't know any of that, though, because he's just a good speaker. So he's able to manipulate all the sheep, right?
Yeah.
And get them to follow him. And, like, you know you're in a cult when your only education consists of what this man allows you to know.
Yeah.
That's not okay. Go to school. Keep your kids in school. Teach them science. Not just whatever this crazed lunatic wants you to know.
As soon as when she said, like, oh, yeah, my nephew, I don't know if he was kidnapped. I want to check him out. I'm like, yeah, he was kidnapped. If he's in a cult-like place,
He didn't choose it.
Yeah.
He's a child.
I want maybe, they're nice people and they're keeping him, like, well-educated and fed. Like, nope.
No.
I can tell you right away, my friend. Nope.
No, they're in the middle of nowhere, not getting a proper education, not near any medical supplies or buildings. So if the kids get sick, oh well.
Yep. The one, the teacher broke her leg, left,
Had
so
to
there's no
leave.
teacher there,
Yeah,
and they're just running
exactly.
amok.
Yeah.
Even if there was no monster in the woods, that kid wouldn't be okay.
No, that's not okay to just keep them there. I don't know.
Bring him back, girl.
I get it. I mean, I don't know. You're in a cult. Call your dad. Daddy, pick
His
me up.
dad was the one that brought him to the
I
cult.
know,
You
and his
can't call
mom's
your
in
dad.
jail. And he's just like, I miss
what
my
a
mom.
pickle. What a humdinger.
Okay. That part where his dad woke up and saw him about to be taken by these crazy children and decided to pretend he was asleep instead. Are you fucking kidding me?
Piece of shit.
It's like, it's the dad's job
I'm too much
to
of a
protect
sad
them.
person.
But he turned
I can't.
around.
I'm not strong enough for this. You fucking kid.
I'm not strong
Even
enough
if
for
you
this.
die,
What
at
about,
least
like-
try to fucking get him.
Yeah, like how moms get like super adrenaline rush strength, right?
Yeah.
Where's his?
Well, the whole
Instead,
book,
he
they
cried and
said, this
turned
guy's
over.
a little... I wanted him
I
to
know.
have, like, a strong
Have his
redemption moment,
but instead
nope.
he just died.
Let me down. You let me down, Reggie.
Yeah.
It's okay. He got shot in the end. Poisoned and then shot.
And then shot.
So, had
But
it
his
coming.
poor son had to watch.
You know what, though? A lot of the kids, I think they have amnesia-ish. After,
Oh, they
so
did.
maybe.
But those were the ones that were being fed on that had amnesia, right?
Oh,
I don't
poor
think Nate did.
He seemed okay in at the end.
He
in
did.
the
He was still with
flash
his
forward.
aunt,
Yeah.
which was so cute.
Oh, but like he had to see her come back from her shriveled coma.
Oh, I know. But whatever. He got to see her wake up.
Yeah.
Hopefully. She's like, what? You're not a baby anymore. Since when are you a teenager?
Oh, fuck.
Poor Micah, though, had to, like, sacrifice himself, but...
Yeah.
I mean...
It was fair. It was a great end.
No, it was.
Because you're not going to kill it.
No.
That thing. I like when they said, is this something that he made, or is this a prison keeping him in it?
Yeah.
I like to think it's a prison.
Yeah. I really hope that after all that, Minerva and Ebenezer go back and help him. I mean, he's probably... Yeah, or something. He's
they
all
can't
shriveled.
because he blew up the...
Oh, right.
Let's give a summary. Okay, so... Girls like, yo, I think my nephew's been kidnapped. We gotta check this shit out. Mm-hmm. They go there. Shit's gone south real fast. There's bugs, and it's like creatures, but they everything that they kill, the animal morphs into that one. So it's like a bear / wolf / eagle. Yeah. Filled with bugs.
Yeah, it's man, bear, pig.
And they're in the woods, so they can't escape. And there's this rock, a spooky rock. This is a great summary. And they go into the rock, and there's this one pedo that you see briefly from earlier. He's strung up, and they cut him open, and what looks like a baby pops out of him.
Ew! And Micah punted him.
Oh my god! That was the best scene. Everyone's like, "Oh no, a little baby! You can't hit him!" Like, fuck off from that kid. But it's not a baby. It's I don't know what the fuck it is. Baby? But it needs to die.
Yeah. It's the father, right? The baby was the father.
The father, yeah.
Okay.
It goes into their minds and grants them wishes.
For some, that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't,
because they never said anything about what the wish is, and I don't understand. So I guess Micah's wish is that he wanted Ellen to stay with him forever. So
apparently, a coma is the only way to do that. I
mean, a demon's not just going to give you straight up
what you want. No, for sure. If we learn anything from the demon gold,
oh my god,
it's that. But
and then Minerva, I guess she wanted to be, because they all said you're not cut out for this. So I guess she wanted to be strong.
Oh right.
So she had like what she called the sharpening. Mm-hmm. Her senses were sharpened, and then she couldn't die.
Yep.
And the
which is hilarious.
She tries everything to kill herself. Cannot die.
No.
And then Ebenezer wanted to see God, which was a bad call. Yeah. And it showed him like a weird laughing baby. Which, did it show him the father?
I don't know, because he said that it looked pathetic and weak.
It was a great description of God.
it was hilarious.
Bringing the salt out here.
Oh my god.
I should read that in church.
I brought a reading today.
Oh god. Which, like, why would that be his deepest?
I don't know. Maybe because at that moment he was feeling so much fear that he wanted to know that God was real and that God was with him, right?
First of all, I'm not a lawyer, but he did all this wrong because he offered them this deal. They didn't accept, and he just went to their head and did it, and then erased their memory. Yeah. So they're just like, what did we wish for?
Yeah.
What happened?
What? I don't know. Okay, bye.
So they escape, and then goes to 1980. Micah's kid gets taken by the Piper bro. Yeah. And then they all have to go back to the Black Rock and face it. He sacrifices himself and lets the baby go in him so the others can escape, and then he blows up the entrance to the Black Rock. Yeah. And Finn.
And scene.
Good close.
The way it was written, I think it could make for a really good movie.
Yes.
Because he did write lots of detailed gore, detailed conversations. Less of a good read than the last couple books we read, just because it was a little bit laborious, some of the stuff repeating so much. Yeah. But I did enjoy it, and I would love to see a monster film of this movie, because those monsters absorbing all the animals it was killing,
it's all very
incredible. It even used the dead bodies of some of the people who were from the compound, like Cyril. Yeah. Fuck Cyril. Glad he died.
It's shit that you can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they
it's
put
just crazy.
pictures every now and again in this book because you read it and you're like, what?
Yeah. Oh, the little boy Eli.
Yeah.
With like half of him turning into the earth and the other half like smiling. And
No thanks. Bye.
yeah, creepy.
Hunt the kid. Do like my. That's gonna be great. Just to see that in a movie alone.
Oh,
You're
that would
running
be
in
beautiful.
And like, no, punts the baby.
And the baby went flying and like hit the wall on the other end.
Oh, but you know what?
Why did he write that? It was great. I'm glad he did.
The humor in this book is spot on.
Yeah. And Ebenezer making a joke out of everything was beautiful.
God. I think I loved him the most because he reminds me a lot of Mike.
Yeah.
If Mike was an assassin, that would be him.
If Mike could get his shit together and start killing people for money.
You could have a future, Michael. Oh my God. So, I mean, I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Stick with it. You may not like, and he even acknowledged, like I was reading some interviews with him, he acknowledged the pacing of his books and the gore and stuff. He's like, yeah, a lot of people fucking hate it. It's not their cup of tea. But, you know,
I definitely didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. The pacing was off.
I thought it was worth it in the end.
Once you got, halfway there, it starts coming together more. That's for sure.
And like, you got to stick around because you see what the fuck is in this rock.
Well, exactly. And because the gore is so fun to read. It really is.
Yeah.
Like, it's so detailed. It is so unique. And so it's a lot of fun.
Oh, fuck.
But it's just crazy. Yeah. Shit.
You
gets
go, Nick. You weirdo. So speaking of Nick, like I said, actually Craig Davidson.
Yeah.
And he goes by the name Patrick, I'm going to say this wrong, Lestuca. He has 15 books in total. Oh, God, wait. Okay. 15 books in total, 6 as himself, 5 under Patrick, and 4 as Nick Cutter.
Interesting.
If you want fucked up books, stick with Nick Cutter.
Yeah.
Yes. This A Little Heaven was his latest Cutter book. Came out 2017. He's born in Toronto. Another one. I keep unintentionally picking Canadians.
It just happens.
They speak to me.
They speak to you, yeah.
As
they should.
As they should. When I pick up the book.
What is this? Oh, it's a tapped tree.
And let's see, fancy stuff about this guy. He has a short story collection called Rust and Bone that was a finalist for the 2006 Danuta Gleed Literary Award. Cataract City was a shortlisted nominee for...
I'm sorry. Cataract City?
Cataract City. Haven't read him. I don't know what it's about.
Cataracts.
Poor eyesight.
Yeah. Old people and eyeballs.
That was a 2013 nominee for Scotiabank Giller Prize. And then his latest book, Saturday Night Ghost Club, which was something that I looked at when I was trying to pick a book. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it does.
That was a shortlisted finalist for the Rogers Writers Trust Fiction Prize.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
Clap yourself on the back.
Yeah.
In conclusion, I would recommend have yourself pop off a piece.
Yeah.
A Little Heaven.
Yeah, just don't get disheartened when at the beginning when everything's a mishmash of all the characters. Just try and get to know them. Stick with it. The characters are cool. They do grow throughout the story.
At least.
Yeah.
Except Ellen, I could do without Ellen.
I mean, she was necessary to the plot.
She's a plot device,
right? But yeah, exactly.
Get out of here, Ellen.
But and I felt really bad for her at the end being comatose.
Yeah, and then her
terrible.
husband is
gone,
strung up in a cave.
I mean, he sacrificed himself.
Girl, you
for
better
her.
stay there.
Yeah,
don't go back there. He did it for you. He did it
exactly.
for you.
He wouldn't want you to risk your life.
You have your daughter. Fucking stay there.
Nah.
And Nate, talk about a glow up. In my mind, he sounded hot.
Okay. Pizza delivery boy.
Yeah, not for the faint of heart. If you get squeamish,
yeah, it's way too detailed.
Don't. So. You will feel deeply uncomfortable the whole time. But
well, that quote we read for the pinned up man on the wall. So that's a common thing in the book. It is very common for like a bad thing to happen and you to get that much detail on that bad thing. Like it is
pages and
pages. A lot of fucked up shit happens. So if you get squeamish, Don't do it.
Anytime they try to leave the compound, get yourself a glass of wine.
Oh my God.
You're going to read some shit.
That's when the first man gets cut in half, right? Or ripped in half, I think.
The fact that you said the first man, if there's even one person that gets ripped in half, abort.
And the Kool-Aid. Beautiful. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
See, he's even more of a dick because Jonestown, like, they were fucked up and they all knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
This guy, he was like, I'll save you guys.
I'll save you.
And they got so excited.
I know.
And then, what was even more fucked up, he roofied the kids and killed the parents. So they were watching their parents. I forget what he gave them. I think it was bleach or something.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
And so their insides were melting. And they were just coughing up
blood. And they were just like, their bodies were just dissolving
well, all the kids
from
were
the
like,
inside.
what the fuck?
Yeah. And then he roofied the kids and gave them to the father. Mm-hmm. Great man. Solid.
Chilling.
Solid.
Great preacher.
Solid dude. Yeah.
So, if you get an ad, come to
He's
Little
a good
Heaven.
cult leader, I guess.
Yeah, that's good on the resume.
Yeah.
Killed a flock of 50.
Killed my last flock, but it's okay. It was because they disobeyed me. It's fine.
It's okay, guys. He dies at the end, too, brutally. So, he got his comings.
Very brutally. Oh, my God.
I think his head got squished.
It did. The big one, he stepped on his head. He's like, enough out of you. Bye.
Oh, I love when they think they're special.
Yeah.
They just picked you because you're weak and fucked up.
Exactly. You were easy to, you thought other people were easy to manipulate, but you were easy too as well. Because
the whole thing was about Micah because he was the only thing that scared this creature.
Yeah. So he thought, finally, someone strong enough.
You ain't the king of the forest.
Yeah.
Amos. So that's Little Heaven.
That's Little Heaven. It's a little slice of heaven. So the next episode is my pick. And I chose a book called Social Creature by Tara Isabella Burton.
Ooh. It's got a sexy cover.
It does.
Could never do that eye makeup.
It's a mishmash, just blacks and blue. Mm-hmm. Sparkles.
Oh, she's crying.
She is. Yeah, and she looks very pale.
Oh, hon.
Wonder if that's a New York thing. I don't know. This book takes place in the glitz and glitter of New York. So, yeah, that's how excited you are. All right, so the synopsis. They go through both bottles of champagne right there on the High Line with nothing but the stars over them. They drink, and Lavinia tells Louise about all the places they will go together when they finish their stories, when they are both great writers, to Paris and to Rome and to Trieste. Lavinia will never go. She is going to die soon. Louise has nothing. Lavinia has everything. After a chance encounter, the two spiral into an intimate, intense, and possibly toxic friendship. A talented Mr. Ripley for the digital age. This seductive story takes a classic tale of obsession and makes it irresistibly new.
Wow.
So that's exciting. Thought we'd take a different change of pace, get some girl-on-girl obsession action going.
Lesbian cult.
Well, we'll see. Yeah.
Kill her and turn into a lesbian cult.
I think Louise is the one who becomes obsessed with Lavinia.
Yeah, and Lavinia's gonna die, so that's...
She's definitely gonna... It's gonna be Louise. She's gonna kill her and take everything.
Lavinia, I'm rooting for you.
I'm feeling like an identity theft thing going on.
The most extreme, yes.
Yeah, like I want your life.
I hate when your best friend tries to murder you.
Hey, I want what you have. Shank, shank, shank. Now I'm wearing a wig and I'm you.
See,
that easy.
This would never happen to me because I have nothing. I'm safe.
I'm safe. I haven't built anything yet.
Oh, God.
No, I could see Mike killing you and taking your life.
Oh, yeah. He's going to do great with it.
Yeah, he'll come over one day and we'll be like, hello, Lillian.
Please, he's too fucking lazy to kill someone. All of us are.
It's true.
We have this thought and then just like, can you just walk into this knife?
That's Tenacious D. Come here, let me stab you.
Kill yourself for me. Yeah, see, I don't like talking to people, so none of you can die. Because I don't want to make new friends.
Make new people.
No. Well, that's going to be fucking weird.
It sounds fun.
It's lighter.
It's a lighter read. Yeah. So, it's all like
Little Heaven, like the Book of
Social
M,
Butterfly.
was almost 500 pages.
Yeah, so we're taking a little step back, cutting that in half, and reading that for this little guy here.
Oh, well, I've always wanted to go to New York.
Oh, so we will in our story. And I think this is her debut novel, actually. So that's always nice.
Blow us
too.
away.
Yeah. I like reading the debuts.
Like an author with 3 names. Means
Right?
They have gusto.
She's fucking in it. Guys, I'm Tara Isabella Burton. Okay, man.
Calm down. Pump the brakes.
Pump the brakes.
Cool. This seems like a really dangerous Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
Love it.
I've never seen Gossip Girl, but I'm saying yes. Just
should.
I trust you.
Gossip Girl.
It sounds a little lame.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Gossip Girl. I don't like gossip
It's
much.
about rich teenagers in peril.
Oh, ew, no. Just watch Riverdale.
But it's fun.
Riverdale's teenagers in peril.
Oh, there's never enough lame fucking YA teen shows. Oh, yeah, I'm 25.
No, it's true. No, I totally
Love
agree.
it.
I love them too. I still rewatch Smallville constantly, and you always have to take a step back, and you're just thinking like, wait a second, these kids are 15.
I know.
Do you remember being 15? Could you imagine doing all that
None of this shit. I was in my pajamas watching these teenagers do weird shit.
Yeah, you're watching Riverdale. Like all these shows that I love that are like teenagers, they're all fighting crime and like
having sex with teachers.
Oh my God,
supernatural beings.
Yeah, and what?
What the hell was I
was
doing
in high school? I was playing Magic the Gathering. That's as supernatural as it got. Dungeons and Dragons and magic. That's it. Fake
I can
magic.
never. Even YA books, I'm a sucker for them.
Oh,
Love
really?
it. I've fallen
I'm
into
not a
an
fan
even-
of the books as much, but
the
shows
fantasy ones.
they get me.
The fantasy series.
Oh, really?
One of the best series I've ever read. Sarah J. Maas. She has 2 series: Throne of Glass and Court of Thorns and Roses.
Oh, okay.
Obsessed.
I've heard of that one. They're good, eh?
Obsessed, yes.
Oh.
I'm kind of like, I started watching this show called Legacies, which is a spin-off of the Vampire Diaries.
No!
Well, I'm also binge watching Pretty Little Liars.
Oh
so
my God!
I'm
You can't help yourself.
25-year-old adult.
Can't help yourself. That's funny.
Oh,
it's okay. It's almost reaching that time where I rewatch Smallville again. Season 1 through 10.
I think you
Fucking
need to.
10 seasons. Well, I have to because I can't watch season 10. Clark and Lois already in love.
It's just like Lord of the Rings. You start one, you gotta watch them all.
You gotta watch them all. So I need to go in order. I need to see the demise of Lex Luthor. It all needs to happen in order. It's just it. And then I get to the Christmas episode.
Oh,
and I get to season 5 where Mr. Kent dies and I cry for 3 days and I don't watch another episode. I can't do it.
I haven't seen it.
You gotta watch it.
But maybe one day.
It's better than Riverdale. I know you tried Riverdale.
Yeah.
I really like Riverdale.
I'm still trying to get into it.
Smallville's good.
Sabrina was great. We'll get into that
Yeah.
in a future episode.
Yeah,
Boob tip.
bonus EP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when you're into as fucked up shit as we are, you need some
Some good shows.
light fuckery.
Some light, yeah. Just need to watch Clark Kent build a fence.
Oh boy. In Legacies, they fought a dragon.
Oh, wow. That's intense, though.
Yeah, but it's not as intense. It's really embarrassing. Oh, and then there's also a gargoyle that came to life.
Beautiful.
Well, there's teen romance.
Oh, God. At least in Game of Thrones.
We are reading a YA novel in one of our book clubs. It's happening.
No. Well,
Get
I keep,
ready.
you know what? I've read the description of a few, and then I see young adult, and I'm like, oh shit, and I pick a different book.
You know what?
But
People
I
do
know.
that, but they're pretty, personally, the fantasy YA series are better than the adult ones.
Okay, I think it's because they know they can get away with more.
Yeah.
Like kids like high fantasy a lot more than most adults.
They're more entertaining.
Yeah,
The adult fantasy novels, they're usually 1,000
they're
pages.
too thick,
And they are great.
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
One of the best series ever. We all know that. But like reading it, God, it takes so long.
I think they go too in depth with the drama
I just
and the
wanna
adult
lie
ones.
down.
Yeah,
And there's 400 characters, and you're like, who's fucking Gerald? I don't know who this is.
you just need them to make shows like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, if you want fantasy, go with YA. I can recommend 47,000. All day at work, I'm in that section like, yep.
Nice. Well, that's good at least. But I'm excited for this book.
Yeah, it sounds
Social Creatures on episode 8.
Tune in. Yes. Oh, we're almost at 10.
Yeah, and then 10 will be our Sabrina, I guess.
Oh.
And after that, by the time we do episode 10, the Christmas special will be out.
Yes.
Sabrina's doing a Christmas special.
Oh, yes. So we'll have
So that's
much
exciting.
to discuss.
Much. But until next time, I have been Chelsea.
I have been Lillian.
And thank you so much for listening to The Book Coven. You can check us out on Instagram and the Facebook. And you can get these recipes on the YouTube. We're chefs now.
And we're going to
dessert
record
chefs.
them. We're going to do a lot for you. Maybe don't watch the recording of the cake fiasco.
You should watch it.
I think I put too much salt in that.
You'll only know if you watch it. Learn how to make a cake
shot.
with too much salt.
Terribly filmed. Don't show my face.
But they'll be good. They'll be good.
Yeah, I hope so. They look okay. If someone could tell me
taste
how
it.
to make black frosting, that would be helpful because I put black food coloring in.
Fuck.
And it's steel gray.
Yeah, that happens. You need to put excess amounts of black.
I put so much black.
Damn.
And then someone said put cocoa powder in it.
Oh.
So I put cocoa powder in it. Didn't fucking do anything, and now it might taste horrible.
No, cocoa's delicious. Get some chocolate.
Maybe it'll cut out the salt.
Maybe, yeah, that's what'll do it. Okay, we need to go eat everything. I'm so excited. There's so much food.
So much.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening. La, 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 la.
Stop. Okay.